Hello. I wanted to give you all an idea of my course by walking through the course in the student preview mode so you got an idea of how my students see the class. Start off, you will recognize that the format is very similar. I elected to start with the shell that was provided at the beginning of the semester just for ease of content, and frankly it was just a good place to start. I like the way that our course was outlined by Dave Wolf. Thank you for that. And I kind of appreciated having just a starting point, so it does look a little familiar. Starting off, we have a course overview. So in course information, a student can find everything that they need to know about the class. Course information. I left videos about Blackboard in here, and I actually put assignments in the first module that help students with discussions. So some of the content is stuff that they might see over and over again, but I found them all to be useful. Within the course information, you have most everything that a student needs to understand the class. A welcome, the policies, in addition to being in the syllabus, they're spelled out here. A link to the textbook, the textbook that is linked to the social problems class on campus. You have to sign up for an account with Rebel. So the link is here, a picture of the book is here, I put the ISBN number, so if students need to find it, they can. Course goals. Grading is spelled out. The conversion of grading is spelled out. It is largely the same way it appears in the syllabus, but repetition is not a bad thing in my opinion. The syllabus is here, and I have the course schedule, and I won't click on it because it opens it up in a new window. But I also put the course schedule in a, looks like this. So it has a clear way for students to print out and be able to keep track of things. I put this in an announcement. They got it 3 different ways, so hopefully it is something that they use. In addition, I kept the things that were provided for this shell with technology support, ways to get help when you need things, and then the college policies, which is something that the standards spell out. The tools and technologies of this course, I streamlined the tools so that a student is seeing less of the tools, especially those tools that some of us are very unfamiliar with and don't use on a regular basis. In addition, I explicitly listed both in the syllabus and in the course information the technology that really is required for this class. Understanding of rudimentary Blackboard skills, discussion etiquette, the ability to use some sort of text edit software, those kind of things. Understanding of the use of the internet, things that a student would need to be successful in this asynchronous class. The layout of my course, everything is in the course content section. So there are 7 modules. I even color-coded the modules. For me, I know that not everyone, I know there are people who are colorblind, but for me, having a cohesive color for an entire module helps me know where I'm at. And so, especially with discussions, when you're looking at a row of discussions, it's much easier to scroll down and go, I'm in the red module now. I have an icebreaker discussion in here, just as I feel like icebreakers are huge. My in-person class has icebreakers. It makes everyone roll their eyes, but by the end of it, I feel like we're a more cohesive unit. So I did spend a lot of time encouraging individuals to really work in this icebreaker discussion and get to know their classmates. It's a good thing. All of the modules have an at-a-glance section similar to the way that our course ran, and a content guide. In the content guide, right, I love to have things like videos. Even if the video is short, even if it is something that loosely connects the material, I just feel like having that little bit of grounding for me helps. So each of the content areas typically has a video. If not, it has a chart or a link to an activity. So I also like to connect the textbook to some things. So either content or a discussion is going to require more investigation. In the past, my discussions were really more debate-based. And although they still are to some extent, my discussions now require my students to really dive into a subject, learn about it, and then bring it back, which I think so far has produced more thoughtful and content-driven discussions. So each of the modules has at least 6 content areas. Some have 8, but all of the content areas I went through and kind of timed myself, and they typically, the entire content section very rarely takes more than an hour and 20 minutes. So similar to what amount of time a student would be in a class. And that's if you're really taking your time, maybe you're watching something again. So I tried to keep it in the realm of what you would devote to a class in a week. Interaction with me. I am inspired by one of our class peers to start doing more video announcements. In addition, I've already started to do virtual office hours so that students can check in, ask me those questions. I'm going to be going over some of the requirements for the writing assignment and how to find a peer-reviewed journal article via these office hours so that students have the opportunity to come in and have a level of interaction with me that they wouldn't, because this is an asynchronous course. So we don't have regular meeting times. I'm also doing a weekly announcement. So it just frames what we're doing in that week, what the expectations are, what the things that are due, where they should be in their due dates, and things like that. So it's a nice, hey, my class is still here reminder, and just putting things into a context for students. As I said before, I did an icebreaker. I have an instructor information tab, and I won't play it for you, but there was a video instruction. I really hate the sound of my own voice. I've gotten really comfortable with having this little screen that you see here with me in it, but playing it back, I cringe. So I'm not gonna play it for you. I have my contact information in here so that individuals can contact me, and I usually am pretty good about getting back to them the same day or the next day. So I tell that to students all the time. I'm like, ask your classmates, I'm quick to get back, ask that question, reach out to me, let me know what's going on. So I try to be available and have that personal interaction. I try to allow students to get to know me in some aspect. This for me is a stretch. I love teaching in person. And so although I had taught an online class in the past, this is so much more comprehensive than I have ever produced before. So I'm proud of it. So hopefully you all might find some things in here that are interesting. As far as assessment and feedback goes, I've done several things. I am going to have a discussion question for extra credit that asks students to tell me, what do they like about the course? What is not working about the course? What are they finding that is hard what information is hard for them to find, so that I might be able to make some changes within the course rather early on. So I'm actually going to have that in about 3 weeks. They're going to be able to do that discussion question. I also have a rubric in every single assignment. And I let my students see that rubric. So let's go to drugs, crime, and violence. There is a writing assignment within that particular module, and students are able to just click on and see that rubric, right? So they know exactly where they're getting points from. So they're able to see that before they even get it. Also, I'm allowing students to try these assignments again. So if I give them feedback, they can revise it. That is a new thing for me, and I'm really comfortable in that move. So I'm happy that that has changed. I grade assignments every week, so students are not going to get too far before they get some feedback from me. And I'm also going to have, I think at the start of November, I'm trying for the end of October, a survey that individuals will be able to fill out, which will give me even more feedback on how the course is going. So I welcome you all to give me feedback. This is really new for me and I'm excited about learning. So let me know what you think and give me some suggestions. It's all appreciated. Thank you all for being a part of this class. I think I've grown and you have all helped with that, especially Dave. So take care. Thank you.